Wolf, let's stay with you since you brought up Pat Meyer. Wanted to get there. And, he's the third offensive line coach since the start of last season. You got these young guys that we've already discussed a little bit coming in, learning on the job, training, all that. What do the Steelers need to get out of Pat Meyer, assuming we have a pretty good idea what he has to work with here?
Well, I think it's going to be getting a solid message across. And I think it's going to be about guys coming together. And here's the thing about it. You've got to know exactly what's going on. If you go back, and I've been watching film like crazy, because let's face it, there's not a lot going on right now. So I'm sitting there watching film until I'm bleary-eyed. And you can see where you've got inexperience piling up into the holes and kind of messing up. There's missed assignments, there's things that have been left there, and they've got to get a cohesive message across and make sure that they don't overthink it. When you have young guys, this is what I mean. If you got young guys, one of the strengths of young guys is the ability to come off and move people. You don't have vets that are beat up. You don't have vets that are, kind of a little rusty in the hinges. You got young, flexible backs. You got hammies and ham hocks and everything else that are just made for driving people out. I want to see a little more man blocking schemes. I'd like to see a little less of the inside-outside zones with a little less of the motion that creates some of the problems on those zone blocking schemes, because sometimes you kind of outthink yourself and put people in the box that shouldn't have been in the box, and et cetera. So I think if you can do a little bit more man blocking scheme and you short set a little bit more, don't have that vertical set all the time where you're giving the defensive mutant pass rushers 4 or 5 steps at you on the pass rush before you're able to do anything. Set quick, set fast, strike, get after it. That's what I like. I hope Pat Meyer is able to bring some of those things together.
That was like my dissertation on team building and how to handle the offseason. I mean, I think the two of us are playing to our strengths here, Wolf.
Well, either that or we need a biscuit. That's all.
Matt, anything to add, or did Wolf cover that sufficiently there?
Not really. It's really difficult for me to comment on assistant coaches because I've been in those buildings and I know what they do behind the scenes, and it doesn't always reflect to us outside the walls. But I think Wolf would probably agree with me that all things being equal, I think offensive line coaches are the most important assistant coach on the staff.
Yeah, absolutely. Because they're face to face with the guys. You get down there, and the thing about being able to bring 5 guys together, it's like we were talking about earlier. If you got 4 guys doing the job and 1 guy at the popcorn, you got huge problems, and that's what was occurring. I'm hoping that Pat Meyer is able to bring these 5 together and be able to field a 5-some that, when you get real tight, real good together, you know what happens? You get those hands, you got a fist, and it's a hammer, baby.
Wolf, I know you haven't played in a while, but I'm assuming that you are still.
That was being generous.
I'm assuming you're still ensconced in the offensive line community globally. What do you know about Pat Meyer? What's his reputation? What do you hear?
I got to tell you, I am not well versed in that, and I've not known anything about Pat. I apologize, but
I can tell you worked for the Bears and the Bills and the Chargers in Carolina, and now he's with the Steelers. That's pretty much what I know about him.
Former strength coach too.
The same way. Matt may know more.
I don't know a ton. I do know he's a background as a strength coach, which I think is a feather in his cap. I like that. And I will say his last couple stops, they didn't exactly supply him with the greatest talent to work with. I'll leave it at that.
Well, he fit right in on this program, man. Maybe we'll get him on next time. Guys, that was a lot of fun. Really enjoyed it. Let's do it again soon.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
For Craig Wolfley and Matt Williamson, I'm Mike Prisuta. You have been listening to Steelers Live. Thanks for finding us, however and wherever you found us, and we'll look forward to doing it again right here on Steelers.com.